Hey guys, Amber Lee here with successwithamberlee.com. Make sure you go over there, put in your name and email address. It's my newsletter. You'll be glad you did. I send out great tips and tricks every single day. Really good stuff over there. So this is episode number 1 of my Communicate Like a Boss show. Yes, I'm going to turn this into a show, little small videos. Every single day. I want to teach you all different things that I've learned over the past 8 months in communication and communicating with my audience. So today I want to talk about emails. All right, I want to talk about, most of y'all know that I write a newsletter every single day. So I want to give you 3 tips to writing an extremely effective newsletter, a newsletter that I have your audience engaged and coming back for more, right? So let's get into it. Tip number 1 is I always write like I talk, right? So how I would say it to you is how I type it to you. And it's been very, very effective for me because I will tell you I am not the best writer. Right? I used to be when I was younger, one of those things that if you don't use it, you lose it. I stopped writing for a lot of years, and now I just don't feel like I'm as great as other people are, right? I don't call myself a master copywriter or nothing like that. But what I do really, really well is I write the same way that I speak to people. So if we were one-on-one in a conversation, I always think about what would I say if I was sitting there having the conversation. And I actually talk out loud when I write my emails, and I type it right along with what I'm talking. So that has been a very, very effective for me. So tip number 2 is I never teach on something that I don't know about, that I haven't done, or that I'm not very good at, right? Like I wouldn't tell you how to be a great copywriter. Right? It's just not something that I would do. What I would do, though, is find a video or find someone who is a master copywriter. If I wanted to touch on that subject, I don't ignore the subject altogether. What I do is point and direct to someone who has done a video that I know is really good at copywriting, that's done a video on it or something like that, that can give my audience tips on that, so that I don't become someone who just kind of ignores those subjects where people are like, oh, well, I can't read her newsletter and get that type of information because she never talks about it. I do talk about those things. I just point and direct, right? And number 3, and this has been my greatest discovery, and really it wasn't a discovery, it was taught to me. It was something that really made things easier, because I will say this, in the beginning when I started writing my newsletter, I wasn't very good. My content was really bad. It just wasn't that great. And that's cool, because as you start to do things, you start to develop and you get better. So what I started doing is writing to one person. Okay, to, I guess, my avatar, or what people like to say, my ideal customer. I just kind of write to someone that I'm comfortable talking to. Is kind of how I do it. I picture it like it's someone that is kind of has like similarities of myself, and I talk to that person, and I write as if we're having a one-on-one conversation. I don't say y'all, I don't say you guys. I used to do that in the beginning. I make it very personable, so that person really feels like I'm speaking to them, right? And so and that has worked very, very well for me. I get a lot of responses on my newsletter. I get a lot of replies, and people telling me to keep sending it. So that's really cool. I don't get a lot of unsubscribes. I don't have a huge list. I don't. But I have a fairly good list, good size-wise is what I'm saying. But I have a very responsive list, which is, to me, more important than the size of it, right? All right, guys, so those are my tips for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I had really fun making this video, which is our first episode of Communicate Like a Boss show. So if you like this, make sure you like, comment, and share. If you feel like it will help your audience, please do so. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the next show.